Hi, hello, welcome. Tonight I'm going to complete a few noses on some demonstration pictures that I did. So I've got 3 different angles, so it's going to be quite a quick thing. Maisie's here trying to eat the microphone. Okay. Alright, so this first one is a kind of a 3/4 view, and I've almost finished the nose really. But the light on the bridge of the nose is really helpful here. Oh, Maisie's decided to raid the recycling. The light on the bridge of the nose is very helpful because it shows that it extends out from the face, and the shadow along here helps to further kind of identify that fact that the nose is standing out. Okay, let's see now what else I would do there. Yeah, I would probably use the 1/4 inch brush to locate the position of the nostril under there. That's something that's missing. And I often say about noses, if you've got an eyes above and a mouth below, you're kind of halfway there really, because anything here is going to read as a nose. So just to find something to describe the underside of the nose, and maybe make that shadow less warm in colour, because things that are warm tend to come forward, and I want the cavity of the nostril here to recede. Let's see, so just make that a little bit darker. Whereas the skin here would read more skin-like if it did have some warmth to it. So I'll just bring some warmth into that. And then maybe re-establish where the nostril, the flesh of the nostril, the C shape here meets the cheek, skin of the cheek. Okay. Yeah, so those are the things that I would find helpful in describing the nose from this angle, to have something to describe the underside of the spherical end of the nose. So the shadow that's under there, and the shadow here to describe where the C shape of the nose meets the cheek. And then to establish a little bit more clearly the shadow here where the eye socket comes in beyond the brightness at the tip of the bridge of the nose. And were I to continue there now, I'd probably go down a little bit into bringing the same tones into the rest of the face. You know, you want to create some sort of balance and tone everywhere. So rather than have only the darkest shadows in the nose, I would bring them down the face. This is George. She's a lovely model. Yeah, and the line dividing the lips could probably do with a bit of tone as well. But this is all about noses today, and I want to move on to the other 2 angles. But I often find too that to warm up the fleshy, you know, any like things like the ear and the nostril there could be made a little bit warmer. Okay, so that's that one. That's the 3/4 view. And when that was dry, I would maybe bring something as dark as that eyebrow into the nostril. Okay, so that's the first one. Yeah, these 2 then are side profiles. This one has there's very little, so that's almost finished really, the nose there. Just even having something to describe the underside of the nose. So I'm going to maybe do something to this one. This portrait of Lake. I just want to create a bit more substance in the nose. I'm just making a kind of a warm colour, and then working to find the diagonal slant maybe. Again, to describe the underside of the nose, maybe use a slightly smaller brush. So there is the kind of spherical end of the nose, and then to create that hammock underneath. And the lips coming out to the edge of the face, and then maybe just have some sort of indication there of the philtrum, a little dip above the lips. And then I'll warm up the flesh of the nostril there again. And the snow would need to dry as well, and I'd come back and put something a bit deeper in tone into the cavity of the nostril. But I just wanted to kind of link up the underside of the nose and maybe to bring something into the shadow that's underneath the lower lip as well, and again kind of dispersing the tone throughout, like that there. Whereas it would be nice and bright here where the lights, you know, if it's standing out into the space around it, it'll be a little bit lighter. And there might be more shadow on this edge again, and probably here too. Okay, I'll put that to one side. Well, I was thinking that I might get back to it again, but sure, it won't be dry really in the time that I've got with you. Just wanting to create a slight difference in tone between the front and back of the nose, so bringing some alizarin crimson into that shadow there. Okay, and that's that one. Maybe looks a little bit wonky still. I could actually put a little bit of the same tone into that area so that it reads as though the shadows are similar, and maybe making a shadow run down the side of the nose, helping to emphasize the light falling on the edge of it again. Okay, so it's that one. And yeah, this one is from the front, and there's nothing at all there for that nose, so sorry, things are falling over here. God. Nothing at all really in that nose, so except for a slight kind of a general shadow that just ran all the way down. But even there, let's see what we would need. So to have something to describe the nostril, where the flesh of the nostril meets the face. And then I think if I were to use some ultramarine blue to make a darker tone here, just to describe where the nostrils would be. And because the tones elsewhere are fairly subdued, I can kind of get away with just putting a couple of touches in for the shadows of the nostril, maybe a little bit of warmth here. And then I would say that I could just move down to identify things in the mouth. And like I said before, if you've got a mouth and a mouth below and eyes above, it's going to read as a nose. I mean, this is a very, very brief little ditty, but give it a go. See if you can get someone to sit for nose demos. All the best.